Hello, Kimberly Bell here. This week we're talking about empowering your youth throughout the whole month of April. And this week in particular, we are talking about walking our talk. Do you remember hearing, "Do as I say, not as I do"? That is old news. Today, it's important for us to walk our talk, right? It's important for us as human beings to feel good about ourselves. It is a very empowering way to be when we are aligned with our words and our thoughts and our actions, and we show ourselves consistently to the world, and we show ourselves consistently to those who, we live with and do life with. And I will say that I feel that it's really important for parents to be aligned in this way. I believe that it will help to really empower when we are getting into those youth years with our children. So our kids watch us, right? They watch us from the time they're born. And as they start to move into their teen years and they begin to assert themselves, they're looking at the world differently, and the lens at which they look through us also changes as well. And what I will say is this. I don't know if you guys have heard this term before, but this saying before. You get what you give. That is such truth. And it's really true. It's really, it's the truth, especially when it comes to, or not especially, it's the truth when it comes to parenting as well. Because how we've been raising our children, right? And I'm going to give an example. How we've been raising them is how they're going to be towards us. Let me throw this out. So let's say we are a judgmental person, right? Well, we're all judgmental, but you know what I mean. When we're constantly on our kids, we're constantly judging. They never really do it right. We're never really happy with them, and we're highly critical. And I know what that's like to be around, okay? You probably know what that's like to be around as well. But when we raise our kids this way and they get older and they start to assert themselves and they move into, their more youth years and their teenage years, guess what they're going to start to do? They're going to start to judge us hard, right? And they're already watching us, right? So if they show up to that moment, right, in their youthful years, if they show up to that moment feeling repressed, angry, not respected, not heard, not appreciated, they're going to not only judge hard, but they'll do it from a place of anger. So it's a different place. So I guess the bottom line here is I'm saying, if you are, for all the new parents out there, whatever you have done, know that it's going to come back. So how you are to your children, if you're going to parent them with compassion and love and appreciation, a lot more consistently than the other, then your children are going to look at you through a more loving, compassionate, forgiving lens, right? And that's true for all of us, but we're talking about parenting. So I will say that it can be really challenging, right? Because we get into those years with our teenagers, and because they watch us so intently, and they might not always be happy with the words that we're offering, the decisions that we're making, the things that we're saying, it's most important for us to be aligned. And I guess another good reason, why I'm throwing this out there is let's get comfortable with it. And let's take a look at ourselves and get prepared, right? So that we can show our kids that our words and our actions are aligned. We know what it's like to be in relationships with people who say one thing, but they don't show us the same thing in their actions. It's confusing, and it makes us feel like Well, it makes us feel a lot of different things. One thing is we know they're confused, right? Because they're not on the same page with everything. But it also sends very confusing mixed signals to us. So I'm saying let's not. Let's show our kids, because if we do walk our talk, our kids are going to have a higher, they're going to respect us highly, right? And they're going to value our opinion more, and they're going to feel like we're a more empowered person, right? And they will want to be more like us. We have such an opportunity to teach our kids how to parent when we do, walk in alignment with what we say. So that's it. This is, these are conversations that we're having because I'm trying to help parents. We're busy in our lives, and I see a lot of different people, and I feel like, I can hopefully offer things that are helpful to everybody. At least that's what I hear from you guys, and I always appreciate getting feedback from you guys. So that's it. On to the next week. Next week, we're going to talk about encouraging our youth to be them, encouraging our children to be them. Okay? So have a good one, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you.